All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. We have another VOD today. This is Plat 3. This is for Bucky and Punisher. They said this was a very unfortunate game. I don't think this loss was explicitly my fault, but I think there's some things I could have done to clutch this. All right, cool. Let's check it out. What do we got?
The harder they resist, the more this will hurt. Ah, look who's here.
Nice. Okay. So we are on PC. Knowing Bucky, you really need to have that down. That's one of the highest value things you can do is the pull push combo. It looks like you tried it, but it's really important that you adjust your mouse sensitivity. Find a way to where you can flick. So either your mouse sensitivity, or I always recommend, if possible, if space allows, to have a really big mouse pad. So you can play with a low sensitivity to get aiming, and then if you need to whip it around, you just like whip your whole arm. So being able to do that works really well. And then where you want to push them, you need to plan this beforehand, right? Because you grab this tank, which is great, but then you push them in a spot where their supports can still see them. Like Luna can still heal easily, right? If you instead push them this way, now the Luna can't heal anymore. So that's really important when you're playing Bucky. Probably messes with their schedule of themed holiday releases somehow. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so we messed up with the pull, right? And that gave their... we didn't get effective stuff. We killed their Luna, and then Magic takes advantage, and we get outplayed. Happens. Now we need to know... Okay, there's a Magic behind kind of terrorizing. Bucky is excellent for dealing with that. Now that we're aware of it, that'd be great. All right. Cool. Okay, so whenever you're using, there's two ways to go about this, to talk about this here. When you're fighting against a magic, or whenever you're using a CC ability, if you want it to consistently land, you have to find a spot when the enemy character is doing something that is consistent every single time, and Magic is a perfect example of this. Whenever she uses her portal, she has a second after the portal ends where it's very predictable exactly where she's going to be, and you can hit her very consistently. Okay? So if we watch this, she always ends up the same. We're gonna watch her do 2 portals. Let's see. A little bit right here, hang on, like this. Okay, so whenever you see the portal appear, you know, okay, wait half a second and then aim right in front of it. Okay, so right here, it's, look at the direction of it, right? It's perpendicular instead of parallel. So this is facing this way, so perpendicular, she's gonna be in the same spot every time. And then, boom. So that's kind of how you want to deal with it. This works for any character, though. So, like Bucky, Hulk, Emma, grab, things like that. Luna, freeze. That's how you counter it. And you can kind of do the same thing with every character that has a predictable movement option, like Magic. Okay. This is a bit excessive, but that's okay. I also despise Clintar domination. Not as bad as Asgard domination, though. That's true. Okay, I like that we're being a little slow here. I actually don't mind that at all. This map is really difficult to be aggressive, specifically right here, because you just don't have a lot of options for cover. And so... I usually tell tanks to be really aggressive. Here, you either have to be so aggressive that you unlock all of this cover, right? You can use this cover, you can use this cover up here. Or you have to play so far back to where you can use this cover. but you just don't want to be caught in the middle just like they were. So I like that we stay back. Uh-oh. We forgot about where our escape routes is. Yeah. This door closes like really, really quickly. Like, you look how long it's open and immediately closed. So just never try to use this as an escape route. Just assume it closes right away. And then I do like that we try to back out. We just don't know where we're going. So, 2 people down. Let's go this way. And you can either go up to spawn. You can go down this way and around. Usually there's some decent areas to like fight in. And like if they chase you in here, it's usually easy to get a kill. But yeah. I saw someone call this map a new map today and say technically not a new map, but I don't think most Riot players know this map exists. I wonder what the distribution of like games are as far as like quick play versus competitive. Good lord. I don't like that we're not doing anything. I understand that our tanks were a little quick to it, and like our cap is already dead. But like we're at 95% with the new ult economy. That's valuable. Like go get an ult. Also, yeah. Is the Deadpool map bad? I think it's just underexplored. I don't think people really get it. Okay, so what do you want to do here? So the reason this is bad is that you're hanging around in a spot. Let's see. You need to pick an option here. You're either going to go and like poke, get a little extra damage, or you're going to go back out and be safe. Right here, you're kind of in no man's land and you're going to get punished for it. And that's exactly what happens. We're just like hanging out and then you're in a spot where you're punishable. And so here comes the magic. And then we use our abilities and lose sight of our ground. And now we're in a really bad spot and we're going to get staggered even more. Congrats on the sub.
Together to victory.
I am too, Caesar. Like, I'm shocked. That was risky.
I am ready to put on a show.
All right, let's. So we already went over what got us in this position. When you are in this position, you definitely want to get a health pack. You want to be, self-sufficient. So there's a health pack down here. There's another one way over here, but that's kind of out of the way. You could even go up here and stop by, the spawn to get healed up. There's one over here. There's lots of options. We don't really do any of that, fortunately. And then once our invis, because we're on red team, right? So this is our invis ult. Once our invis ult and we're at low health, you have a movement ability as Bucky. I just dive straight in and like get there. Like, you really risk dying here. Now this is like a chaotic situation.
I always come back. Bring on the chaos.
Nice, good stuff. We're down a tank, and I think our invis is still on the way back. Oh! Oh. Unfortunate. Whenever you play Bucky and you're going for an ult, you want to have a easy target in mind so you can start getting rolling, right? And so what makes a target easy is basically, A, they're, at least half health. So we have that here. The Deadpool's at least half health. And then B, they don't have like an easy way out, whether that's movement abilities or like shields and stuff. So whenever you're going for an ult like this, if you're going across the entire enemy team, what you're doing is you're giving 4 people a chance to counter your ult in whatever way that they can. Right? Look at it from this Invis's perspective. Like, we just telegraph our ult so bad that we show up here, and it's like, oh, there's Bucky. He's trying to ult. I can push him. Once he lands, I can jump out of the way. I can shield whoever's going for it. Like, Invis has a ton of options. With Thing can shift down on you so you can't use the way out, or you can't use your movement ability to get out. You can't do this. Basically, the point I'm making here is you're giving these people a chance to counter you, and you don't really need to do that. Versus if you ult from over here, or if you ult really close, or if you pull somebody out of their spawn and you see like there is an opportunity to do this. Like, this is the type of ult you really don't want to do. And you get punished for it immediately.
Armed and child! You thought I was going for good. Again!
Bucky's ult feels more opportunistic to me. Target that person if they get low ult on them. Yeah, pretty much. That's how you want to do it.
Again!
Oh, get out. Please don't walk forward. Do not. No. No, 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 no. No. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure settings, audio, combat mix, go down to KO sound cue. Announce when a team is dead. Turn this on. It's like, we definitely can't do that. The next thing I've noticed, we've seen it a couple times now, when you're going to use your shift, you need to have a good concept of the map in mind when you go for a shift, because not only do you do damage, but you also move, right? It's a movement ability. And we've seen this 2 times now where we go for it because we know our combo, and then it just drops us off the map into, you know, basically certain death. This might as well be a kill pit right now. So that'd be a great thing to pay attention to.
Again! I always come back.
It's hard to live against a Bucky as a Jeff player. You get CC and you normally die. It's true. True, Jake. True. What's up? Okay. A couple things here. Make sure, once again, we have our sound set to proper volumes. If we're paying attention, here, I'll just like mute it and listen. So enemies' footsteps are always going to be louder than your own and your teammates. And so we can actually get an advantage here by listening to Magic's footsteps. Okay. And then, so not only do we hear the footsteps, we also hear the jump pad. So we already know that she's behind us. And that can give us an edge, or at the very least, that will take away the edge from this Magic. Because instead of Magic showing up and getting within sword distance and being at full health, now you hear her when she's back over here. You're already looking at her, and she has to use a movement ability to get in and get close. The next mistake we make here is we try to go for a kill, which is great. When Bucky uses his abilities, he gets some bonus health. But you want to find strength in numbers here, especially since she got you off guard, right? Now that you're off guard, she has a huge advantage. You want to just like dive towards your team or to safety, okay? If there is a health pack right here instead of here, we could just dive to there, right? Get the health pack, and then you can keep fighting. Or since the health pack is way too far, it's out of our movement range, we're probably going to die. I would just dive towards this and make sure you have the button mapped for the I need healing. As long as you don't spam it, you just press it once and dive towards your team, you can do stuff. It's like, look at the distance you were able to cover, right? Go all the way up. Just as an example, we were right here when we got attacked, right? When we were low health, and we made it from there all the way to here, right? That distance. I'm pretty sure this is a much shorter distance from here to here, and we would have help. So safety in numbers, know your escape routes, know what's going on. Use sound cues, things like that. Any support other than White Fox, I guess, that gets kidnapped by Bucky is going to be murdered. Yeah. Jeff has CC immune for him? Definitely. Alright, this is now an ideal situation for Bucky. We're with our team. And we have huge momentum. This is where Bucky shines. Just try to stay in this zone. Okay, this I really don't like. We gotta get out of the habit of this. So people always go like 3 on cart, like push it. Like, no, I don't care about 3 on cart. What you have right here is these people have one option to try to get out, especially on this map, to get to point. And it's this choke point, right? You either go through this choke point or you walk all the way around and go through this choke point. So if you're a tank, you need to be here. If you're playing Bucky, you need to be right here. Use this cover well and like force people out of this checkpoint, because you can buy way more time forcing them out of the checkpoint than standing on cart and getting it to walk slightly faster. It really just not good to stand on cart. You get diminishing returns for each person that stands on cars, right? So one person on cart, it does go significantly faster than nobody, but then 2 people, it doesn't go significantly faster than 1, and then 3 people, it goes even less than that to 2, right? If that makes sense for as math. I don't know the specific numbers, but that's how it works out. So you really, like, ideally you would have, like, I don't know, Gambit or Invis here, and then you would have everybody else holding the door, and that's going to be the best way to get the cart farthest, especially with Bucky, right? It's like if you're Bucky over here and you're standing, like, let's just assume you're standing here, and then like a Captain America jumps over, you could just hook him back and then push him back over here again, and that's so much better. Yeah, hold the door. Speaking of which, the thing actually makes it, which you wouldn't be able to stop this, but you can stop his healing, right? All right, nice. So they used a support ult, and he got it anyway. Okay, we're gonna try to pull somebody out, turn them around the corner, and then ult him. Ult him! Okay, that's all right. It happened too fast. That's fine. Okay, now we have a magic ult going. We have a lot of momentum, and no, we probably shouldn't ult here. Either die or get out. The table's turned too quickly now. Oh, you get the kill? Hang on. Oh, ult him. Ult him. Ult him. Ult him. No, this is... Oh, no. Yeah, so when we were talking about, you got to look for like the proper opportunities. Somebody's low health. He already used his shift to get out, to get in, so he's just dead. This is like prime. Get going. Let's go. I mean, to be fair, you guys already won this fight, but I would go, yeah. You have a go a first time to get in again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's hilarious, Taki. All right, so, and then now we make the other mistake we made earlier where we see somebody and we're like, I'm gonna ult to support, but we don't take into account that like this person has full health. They have all of their abilities, like, because we have no idea that this person just spawned, right? They have a jump, they have a push, they have a shift, and then they have their self shield. So this is like not an opportunity for sure. There's a mark above the head of enemies that tells if an ult will KO them. Huh? Really? Hey, I learned. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That tells you, so he'll die instantly. Amazing. Thank you, Denny. That's really good to know.
Much better.
Only 60 seconds left.
All right.
I always come back.
Okay, so this map, this is gonna, I feel like we're gonna go over this a lot in season 7. This map is hard. This third point is very difficult to tank. I mean, as it should be.
Got one. If we're gonna do
Okay,
this, it
that
needs to
sucks.
be now. Much better.
The numbers are 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 meters per second for 0, 1, 2, and 3. Wait, so it's not diminishing returns then? It's 0.5 meters per second for each person on there? Okay, well that's good to know. 2.2, okay. So it's worth it? No, definitely not. Even if that's the case, even if it's not diminishing returns, it's still more valuable to hold a choke farther up. All right. So what do we got here? This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Right here, this is good. You're behind your tanks, you're near cover, you're inside of your supports, right? The problem with this is a habit you really cannot have, is first of all, you're pushing the Reed back towards his team. So that's not good in and of itself. And then secondly, you're out, there's no cover here anymore, right? Cover over here and there's cover over here. You're not really close to any of it and you don't have a movement ability. So you jump in front of your tanks with no cover and you help a teammate. This is bad.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
This is real firepower.
I like this target priority. Magic's been a pain, so just like get rid of her. No, once again, we gotta stop pushing people to safety. Like here would have been a good shift because you're pushing her out away from her team. But like you actually just save her. Look, she has no movement abilities. She's stuck behind a cart. And then you push her on the other side of the cart. Now she has cover. Now she's getting healing again. So sad. Can't be pushing people to safety. Good hook. Uh-oh. 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 Prayers your way, Jake.
You thought I was
Please go
going
strange.
for good.
Please go strange. Please go strange. Okay. It's not like you had time for it. All right. Punisher. Punisher on defense. What's up, Lou? How's it going?
I'll make them pay.
Ah, look who's here.
Thank you, by the way, Churro. Thank you for the actual numbers. Appreciate it. Brain is mush. Oh, no.
Heavy weapons. Cut you off.
Stranger's already being played? Okay. Sometimes I don't absorb information. All right, I just want to thank you. Yes, thank you. Shotgun. It's too late. Okay, we're actually just going to go out. Okay, we're right here. We're gonna go look at the practice range. So, I just want to show you the value of Shotgun Punisher real quick. It's insane. This character does so much damage. So the idea with Punisher is you want to whittle people down when they're far away. You know, poke them down from far away. And then once they get close, you just delete them. It's literally 2 shots. And like you don't this far away is fine. Like, it's actually insane how much damage this character can do.
Wow, 4 in a row.
So that pretty much that whole fight, like we started off about at this distance, and then they closed the distance really quickly, and the rest of the fight was about at this distance. And like once they get to there, you need to have the shotgun out. It's just too good to not have. Like even if we're doing like headshots, it's insane. To show you really the difference, like we were fighting a Thor, right? Like look how long it takes me, even with headshots, to kill that Thor, versus this, where it's like, boom, dead. And also the last thing that I want to talk about is just from the other side, what this feels like as a tank. Is when I dive in as like Thor or Hulk or Cap, and I watch the Punisher switch to a shotgun, and then you see your health bar lose a chunk instantly, that is like, get out. Like, you see your health bar get chunked like that, it's like, holy, I need to leave. So even if you don't kill them, as Shotgun Punisher, the pressure you put out on tanks is just like, it's terrifying. And then the next time they jump in, they're going to think twice about where they're going to stand. And so you can use that to your advantage, especially if you have a Thor like bullying your backline. Let's watch this back again. If you have a Thor bullying your backline and you do that to them once,
Some uninvited guests.
or even a magic, right? If you do that to them one time, the next time they come in, you can just stand next to your supports. And then they'll be like, well, I can't go that way, right? I do like our use of cover here. It's better. We are using the cover a little bit. I'd prefer if we were using a little more cover. Like being aggressive, having shotgun here. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Like, it's terrifying. If we're going to be more pokey, back here. Potentially high ground is nice, but that is kind of difficult to do at low elo. We can help you. We're getting guess the ranks? Nice. Yay. Should I just delete them? What's today? Today's Wednesday? I guess technically we should wait another day.
I'll meet my family, but not today. Smoke screen.
Wow, you actually made that. Oh, that's not. Okay. So let's talk about something here. First of all, I can't believe you made it. So good stuff on the rollout. Secondly, we have a dead tank. We have a dead DPS. They have lost one tank, but they still have everybody else. So they have a numbers advantage. And they have a position advantage, right? In order to get there, my team has to move through this choke or this choke, both of which are very difficult to push through. And we have nobody to act like a tank. We don't have a tank to actually do that. So here, the better option would be if ideally what you want to do is you want to get close to where if there's a chance, you get close and you turn around, right? And if you see, okay, Emma's actually close and I can stall for a bit, I'm going to wait till the last possible second and then touch, right? What that does is that gives you the best chance. And then if you're standing here and you're looking and you're like, okay, Gambit's backing up, Invis is backing up, Emma's nowhere near, this is probably not going to happen. Now I'm just going to regroup and be like, all right, give it up. And then we can fight a fight here, right? Because now we get a fight here. And you remember on attack, they held you guys here for a while. This is a pretty good spot to hold. But instead, we jump in, we die, with no chance. They get the point anyway. And now our team is not going to have a fight here because there's 5 people versus 6 people. We keep the submissions or do I burn them? I'm not sure. But watch, this whole fight, we're down. We're down. Great rollouts. We get to here. We actually make it back because of the good rollout. So good stuff on that. But even there, like, we miss out on a lot. Nice. I'll at least check if it's placement or not. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Okay, we're down in invis. Careful here. One thing I'm really noticing is you don't use walls enough. Stand by a wall. If you stand by a wall, it's so much better. Even if you're not getting as many hits, it's gonna be better for you. So I know it's like rewarding. You want to hear the ting 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 of like getting stuff. Just stay back over. No, just the submitter. As long as the submitter is not in placements, I'm fine with that. Because usually if the submitter's not, then it's like it's usually like 1 or 2. If it's like the submitter is the only one done with placements, then yeah, we probably shouldn't do it. Okay, shotgun's out. So hopefully we're paying attention. They used Invis ult here. They used Magneto ult here. So we should have a pretty juicy ult coming up as long as we stay by our supports. Ult. 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 There you go. Nice. Burn him. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. So yeah, once again, like we're not using cover. Even when you ult, when you do everything else, if you stand here next to cover, you stand here. Yeah, it's gonna be so much better. But their entire team can see you, and like you're a sitting duck, easy target. I think you could still jump with Punisher ult. Fantastic! Even if he is being healed, he's just like such a huge threat that everybody's like, kill it! Kill it before it lays eggs! Jumping is still possible? Okay, that's what I thought. Sound on? Magic?
By the eye of Agamotto.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's...
I'll meet my family, but not today.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
So that's just a little bit of mechanics. Like, we gotta be able to fight a magic. Back to Bucky. I'm guessing this switch was because it was like, okay, magic is on our supports all the time, so I'm gonna go Bucky and like kind of deal with the magic, right? If that's the case, you really need to know you can't always track where an enemy diver is going to come from or where they're doing unless they're really predictable. So the better option here is actually just pay really close attention to where your supports are. And the way you can do that without turning around is looking at their fire, right? So this tells us that this person is standing directly behind us, right? This invis shield and this invis bullet tells us she's over there. This rocket's kind of difficult because his balls bounce around a lot and they can come from different directions, but it is a way to track. Time to back up. Time to back up. Good. Good. Use cover. This is a good spot. Yes, great. Okay, don't put yourself in a bad position. Good. Excellent. That's not knowing our cooldowns. That comes with time. The more you play, the more you get a feel for like how long it takes to get your cooldowns back without having to look. Okay, your number one priority right now. Oh, that's an Elsa ult. Nice. Good. Great. I was gonna say, your number one priority when you hear like magic ulting as Bucky is to just make sure that she gets less value out of her ult. Hook. We don't have it. That's fine. Something you can do, especially if you're playing Bucky with the intention of like helping your supports, is when you see this, I like that you back up and you're like, I'm not getting hit by it. Once you're done getting hit by it, I would dive immediately in with 2 ideas in mind. One, you're going to pop up this Strange and make his follow-up less consistent. He's going to miss one of his primary fires, hopefully. And number 2, you're going to get in between him and the invis or the support or whoever is stunned. Because they can't do anything, but you can. So you can move, you can do damage to him, and you could be a threat. So I like that we dive in. It's a little bit late, but definitely good stuff. Ah, that's not what you want. Yeah. So a couple times now on Bucky, we've actually helped the enemy team accomplish what they wanted, right? We pushed the magic into her own team to give her help. We pulled the Strange towards us when we actually needed space. You really want to avoid stuff like that. You have to understand like what the enemy team wants. They're trying to push forward at this moment.
This is real firepower.
Okay. Now pull somebody out and try to get an ult going. No. I'd probably save my ult now, because this fight seems like it's going in our direction. All right. So this is actually not bad for you. Granted, it's not the 6-kill team wipe Bucky that again that everybody loves, but I want to make sure we're understanding that we got good value out of this, right? They are being aggressive, and yet they're forced to use a defensive ult here. So you got the invis ult out, which is great. Now that you got it out, I hope that you're going to turn around and leave the invis ult. Good. Little slow. That's all right. I don't mind that play. You can keep the hook charged for much longer than the sound cues indicate. Yeah, it's quite a while. I've had Bucky stand there around the corner forever. The slowness isn't his fault. The invisible is the cause. No, I don't mean like his character is slow. I mean, we're a little slow to like turn around and actually start backing out. But yes, invisible does cause slowness, and it's very annoying. Okay, so if we're doing a good job here, we're holding tab in between. Not quite sure if he'd survive anyway. Yeah, he's probably dead. So here, between fights, you definitely want to be holding tab and checking and seeing like, oh, and if you would notice they switched off of magic and now they're on Star-Lord. So it's something completely different to keep an eye out for. And we can actually hear Star-Lord's guns. You can see that he's not behind us or anything.
Only 60 seconds left.
Also, I was just about to mention, so when we're doing something like this, when we have that downtime when we're holding tab, the next best thing you can be doing, first you want to look for difference, in team comp, right? Magic switch to Star-Lord. Great. The next thing is like, okay, they have Strange, Mag, Reed. Let's see. Invis just ulted, Rocket ulted, and Reed ulted. So they're probably coming up on Mag ult. Star-Lord just switched, so they're either at half or below, so we don't have to worry about this for that fight. Strange hasn't ulted in a while, so maybe at the end of the next fight he's gonna ult. All that information you can gather just by looking at the scoreboard. Obviously, we're in, VOD reviewers, so we see the numbers. So that's a bit different. You won't see the numbers. But just by the logic, it still follows, right? And so by that logic, you're like, okay, probably at the end of the fight, I could start the fight off and hopefully try to kill him with a hook. Doesn't work. Okay, I don't have much longer. So now I need to hold my next hook and wait for his ult. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough time. He actually goes for it here, but he backs out. Oh, kill him. Oh, good stuff. Oh, oh, now they have a huge advantage. Oh, here comes Strange ult in an invis ult. Yeah. And that's going to clean it up. So holding tab and looking at the enemy team can give you a ton of information. And then you can plan around and basically look at what their win condition is, right? You look at their enemy team and you see like, okay, if this Star-Lord ult goes off and we have nothing for it, they win, right? If read ult goes off and they have nothing for it, it's really not that big of a deal. We can walk around. I don't need to pay too much attention. If strange ult goes off and we have nothing for it, they win, right? So these two are definitely win conditions that you want to prepare for and be like, all right, I'm going to save my hook specifically to cancel out their win condition. And that's like high level planning that can really dictate how you carry a game. So a lot there. Pay attention to when you use your abilities and what you're doing it. Try not to help the enemy team. If they're trying to push towards you, don't pull them towards you and give them an advantage. If they're trying to get out, don't push them out. Things like that. And then use the scoreboard. It does help. So anyway, I hope this helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye.